We are not crazy. When you listen to these people on TV saying that preppers are crazy, guess what? They've been prepping for years. Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Alaska Prepper News channel, I often say that we need to take a look at what the rich are doing as far as where are they putting their money. Are they buying gold? Are they buying stocks? Are they buying cryptos? Are they buying land? And all of these things, right, in order to preserve their wealth. Well, we as preppers also have to take a look at what the rich are doing and question why are they doing it. Not only look at what they're doing, but why are they doing it. And I have several articles to go over here. I'm going to go over them pretty quickly. That way this doesn't turn into a marathon of a video. But the first one here says, the world's billionaires are going absolutely bunker. And as you can see, this article is pretty recent. It was published on the 29th of March. And I have several articles to show you that this is not a phenomenon that just started to occur this year. It's been ongoing for several years. So why are the wealthy and the ruling class building bunkers all over the world? In 1893, George Pullman was one of the richest men in the world during one of the worst financial depressions in history. Now he lies in a steel vault 8 feet underground in a coffin sealed with lead. He was buried at night in secret to keep his employees from desecrating his corpse. I guess that's what happens when you pay starvation wages and overcharge your workers for rent in a private city you built with no government. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why did I even bother reading this paragraph? Because take a look at what they say here. You have a rich person, a ruling class, I guess you could say, because he was like the richest person in the world. He treated his employees badly while he was living lavishly. And what are we looking at today? Now, I'm not promoting any kind of violence against any entity whatsoever, but humans are humans. And when they see that they've been put down and forced to stay down for so long, while a ruling class or a class of elite are living a lavish lifestyle, people tend to get angry and then bad things happen. So I'm asking myself, why are all of these ultra rich people, i.e. millionaires, billionaires, elite, ruling class, whatever you want to call them, why are they all now, for the last few years, have been building bunkers all over the world? Is it maybe because they can see what's coming down the line? Because of what's going on with the economy, with our financial system, and all of the other problems that we face throughout the world, like geopolitical problems, maybe weather problems affecting our harvest seasons and how much food we can grow? Look at it this way. Why is it that prior to a market collapse, the wealthy are getting out of stocks? Why is Bill Gates now the largest owner of farmland in the United States? Why are big banks only catering to the rich when it comes to having cryptocurrency accounts? And why is the White House now surrounded with a metal wall? Ladies and gentlemen, these people are not millionaires and billionaires because they don't know anything about the world. Some of them may not know anything. They may have come across their millions just by happenstance, maybe by someone leaving it to them after they passed away, or maybe they won the lottery. But a lot of these rich class, a lot of the elite, as I like to call them, because they consider themselves elitists over us, the general people, they can see what's coming down the road. Why don't we consider doing the same thing but at a micro level? The billionaires aren't waiting for death anymore before locking themselves up in a vault. They're building bunkers around the world to protect themselves from the consequences of their actions. Even Bill Gates has a bunker, and he's the most likable one. Well, I would argue that point. However, I can see what they're saying here. Meanwhile, we've got Elon Musk marketing armored vehicles with bulletproof windows and teasing specs of futuristic fortresses to house them. We've got entire industries carving out mountainsides and turning Cold War missile silos into mansions. All this raises an interesting question about our thought leaders. Sure, they all say they want to save the planet at any cost, but what future do they really envision? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. They can say one thing, but do they really mean it? While they're saying one thing, they're doing something else. Just like I talk about on the Alaska Prepper News channel. That when you hear these pundits on TV saying, oh, the financial system is great, there's absolutely nothing to worry about. The economy is rebounding. It's going to be stronger than ever. While on the other side, they're hedging against those same things that they were promoting on TV. And this is a great takeaway from this article, ladies and gentlemen. It says here, the rich have a plan, but it doesn't include you. There's a handful of companies around the world that build bunkers for the super rich. According to them, demand has shot up anywhere from 300 to 700% over the last few years. They attribute the spike to climate change and social unrest, sometimes just straight up paranoia. Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, has said more than half the billionaires he knows own bunkers. And this goes back to what I was just talking about. The world's elite might claim to see a bright future for humanity. In reality, they're hedging their bets. After all, they're not stupid. Just like us, they see a world marked by increasing competition for resources. They're having casual conversations about it with their families over dinner. They ask each other, who wants to live in all of this? The difference between us and the super rich is that they have an escape plan. And they are not even trying that hard to keep it a secret, or at least not anymore. Some of them even brag about it. They like showing off their bunkers. And that's the question, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have a plan? I'm not asking you if you're trying to invest or purchase a bunker, a $500,000 bunker, $1 million bunker. But do you have a plan? Because as we can see here, the super rich, they have a plan. They have an escape plan. They have a plan so that they can make it to the other side. In other words, guess what? They're preppers. They may not say they're preppers, but I guarantee you that those bunkers that they're buying and having built for them, I'm sure that they have water stored in them. I'm sure that they have a lot of food in them. I'm sure that they have a way to defend themselves against someone on the other side of that vault wall. So what are you doing to prepare? You don't have to buy a bunker, but do the things that we talk about all the time. Make sure that you have your micro infrastructures in place, i.e., do you have a way to provide yourself and your family with water in case your water utility shuts off? What happens if the supermarkets close? Or what happens if there's a severe food shortage because of bad weather or climatic shifts? What happens if you can't get to the hospital in order to take care of an injury? Do you at the very minimum have a basic first aid kit? Slow and steady wins the race, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sitting here telling you that you have to go out tomorrow and buy every single thing that you would need in order to make it through a crisis, especially if you have nothing to start with. If you're just starting to prep, or even if you're thinking about prepping, I'm not telling you to go out there, cash in your 401k and buy all this stuff. But consider starting to prepare. And if you're prepared, that is outstanding. Make sure that you fill in your gaps. And make sure that you're expanding on your levels of preparedness. For example, if you have a full pantry that will feed your family for a year, then go ahead and start putting away long-term food storage in the form of bulk rice, beans, wheat, all of your grains that are dense in calories. If you have all of your grains put away that will last you several years after your pantry runs out, then go ahead and start investing or putting a little bit of money into long-term food storage in the form of meals like Mountain House, like Nutrient Survival, like Oxen Farms ingredient-based number 10 cans. So if you're prepared because you have a pantry that's full, don't stop. Keep adding to your preps. Just make sure that you rotate the things that you have. And here it says, we're not just talking about a box in the ground, ladies and gentlemen. These elite, they're not just buying a container and putting it in the ground. We're talking about luxury bunkers. We think of a bunker as a shabby little bomb shelter where at best you could keep a couple of crates of food and some bunk beds. But not these, ladies and gentlemen. These are basically underground mansions. A luxury bunker can cost millions. They're bigger than your house. They come with all kinds of amenities. They come with swimming pools and movie theaters. They come with underground gardens and artificial sunlight. They come with gyms and game rooms and water purification systems. They come with large food pantries and sports cars garages. Imagine that, ladies and gentlemen, having an underground bunker to store your cars. You can bet they come with gates and security cameras and arsenals. You could live in one of these for a year, probably longer, if you had a Tesla Cybertruck to go on a supply run. It's the perfect place to wait out an apocalypse, freeing up real estate for when you emerge to restart civilization. Millionaires and billionaires have already siphoned up so much real estate in New Zealand that the country had to pass a law barring foreigners from buying property there. Now they're just trying to build fortresses in remote locations pretty much anywhere that they can. And this is pretty telling, ladies and gentlemen. It says here, everyone wants a bunker these days. All my friends want private luxury bunkers. It comes up every time we talk about climate change or politics. If not that, then we want a homestead somewhere in the middle of nowhere. This is the new American dream, a dwelling of some kind that's somehow sheltered from the world's impending chaos and uncertainty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to show you a few more articles. I'm not going to read them all, but I just wanted to show you. See, this article here is dated 29 March. Now look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It says here, inside Miami's exclusive high-security billionaire bunker, where Tom Brady and his friend, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, paid $17 million for a mansion they're planning to demolish so that they can build a bunker. Look at the date. It's February of this year. Billionaire bunker owners are preparing for the ultimate underground escape. March 27th of last year. Billionaire bunkers, how the 1% are preparing for the apocalypse. August 7th of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that if I look further, I can find ones going back to 2018, 2017, 2016, etc. My point is that they haven't just started doing this. They've seen what's coming. And as I've stated several times, again, is that what we're going through here is in slow motion. But the end result will be the same. So we need to make sure that we emulate what these billionaires and 1%ers are doing. And what is that? Very simple. Preparing. However, prepare how you can prepare. Because obviously we don't have the resources that these people have, but we do have the know-how. And if you don't have the know-how and you're not subscribed, subscribe. And if you don't want to subscribe to this channel because you don't like my voice or how I look, go ahead and subscribe to other prepper channels so that you can become efficient on how you prepare and not make the same mistakes that we made when we were starting. You see, we've taken the guesswork out of it. We've gone ahead and done this for a long time, found out what works for us, and then we share with you what we do. And then you can take those things that we do and refine it so that it will suit your standard of living or your ideology. Meaning that you don't have to agree with everything that every prepper channel says or does, but listen to what they have to say. That way you can come up with your own ideas from what they've done that has proven to work for them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you get something out of this. I just thought that I'd show you that we are not crazy. When you listen to these people on TV saying that preppers are crazy, guess what? They've been prepping for years. Having said that, thank you very much for joining in today. I hope you have a good day and a good rest of your week. Remember that today at 3 p.m. Alaska time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we will be having a live stream on the Alaska Prepper News channel. So if you have any questions or any comments that you would like to share with the community on anything having to do with finance, with the economy, with the Federal Reserve, with Bitcoin, with the stock market, with cryptos in general, go ahead and bring them by. We've been having a really good time doing our live streams on that channel every Wednesday now. However, remember that this Sunday, we are going to have a very special live stream on the Alaska Prepper channel, this channel, at 12 noon Alaska time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I really hope that you're there because in a way, it's going to be kind of like a party. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper. I am out.